especially with the fact you're on red side. I think you just take your AD carry here, make sure that you're going to be safe, whether it's something like the Sivir, if you want to, just make sure that you're going to be in an okay spot. And if top esports don't take the Sylas on this next rotation, okay, cool. We just ban it away. We just ban it coming into the next phase. We still got counter pick for rookie, which is the most important part. Rich can play a tank top. We're all good here.
Yeah, I think that's an easy choice and easy line of decision making at least to have. I love the Wukong pickup for V5 though. Again, just sticking with some comfort there, but as well as the playmaking ability we saw from Xiaolongbao last game. They also get the Senna here for the bottom lane, so a little bit different of a setup this time around.
Sivir going to be the answer here. Yuumi Sivir, just such a strong bot lane to go against this. You got great scaling and the opportunity just continues to shove in that wave, especially since you tend to pair the the Senna with something that isn't the best at wave clear, one of those melee supports or melee champion at least anyway. Trundle locked in here for Tian, a good answer into the Wukong, kind of separates out the fights and can also steal away a lot of those stats that make it very easy to burst out, but that would be a really cool pickup for ppgod.
Oh man, I'm just gonna look the other way until I see the red screen lock in there, because I think obviously there's a lot of options on the board with the Senna lane. We've seen, like, obviously Tom Kench be very, very highly prized with it.
Okay.
But it is the Seraphine locked in for V5, so they're bringing out some tech here, Dagda.
Yeah, and I'm actually literally scrolling through ppgod's picks, because I was like just niggling the back of my head. It's like, we've seen Senna Wukong, maybe it's something like that, but hasn't actually been playing a huge amount of the Seraphine. Now, something that goes incredibly well with the Senna here, ton of setup then for a beefy front line. So honestly, if I'm V5, I'm the one angling to get a Sylas, because the Wukong, a Sylas, a Gnar or something for Rich in that top lane, which is immediately banned away by top esports, would be unbelievable with this double heal, shield, spear, extravaganza coming in from your bot lane.
Hey, I'm all here for the extravaganza. We get the Sejuani ban for B5 though in the second phase. We'll see what they want to actually ban as their final ban here. I would expect, obviously, more towards us to try to get something going. They actually get the Ornn off the table here, so taking away one of their own picks.
I feel like they're setting up Rich for some sort of carry pick, though. I still think you take Sylas here. You leave counter pick for Rich if top esports don't ban away the Sylas. But you've already got great engage from the Wukong. I mean, you've got more follow-up that can come through as well with the Sylas, especially if you're looking at things like the Yuumi ult. Sylas does really well with the Trundle ultimate as well. They work super well in conjunction with each other. So I'm curious to see exactly what they want to go for. But I definitely think you take a blind mid here and leave counter pick for Rich.
Absolutely, especially with the way that the bans are going out. If rookie, yep, all right, cool. Well, you got bodyguard on the Rift. Man, every time I see this guy play the Sylas, it is so crazy, because you just think about the way he approaches the game cerebrally, but as well as the avenues forward for Sylas. The fact that you have that mobility at a mid lane, you also can steal those ultimates, which gives you so many avenues in team fights. And seeing this guy on the Sylas, I know we just got to see Knight Sylas, but I'm very excited for rookie Sylas here myself.
Yeah, I like this adaptation coming through from top esports though. Gragas for Wayward means you've got great disengage for things like a Wukong and a Sylas. I'd actually love to see the Rise as well here. I think having something that can try and play heavily in this early stages towards sides is going to be fantastic. But we're going to see something kind of similar with the LeBlanc, but this is a bit more of a skill matchup. I will say the Rise who just brainlessly pushes mid lane. Instead, you have to actually be thoughtful about how you want to try and play for this matchup. And on the upside, okay, I was curious what carry we were going to get for Rich. And Aatrox, beautiful pickup. Again, a ton of CC help for him, a ton of speed ups coming through from the Seraphine, healing, shielding, all that good stuff that Aatrox thrives with. And I'm loving what V5 brought to the table. This is a super unique draft.
Man, to come into the second game like this after the early starts, right, in game number 1, I am here for it. The fact that we get the rich potential on the Aatrox, but we're right back to the mid lane focus for me, because you've got the golden left-handed knight piloting the LeBlanc, and now the second iteration of the Sylas, but in rookie's hands for this second game. Fireworks abound in this mid lane. I'm very excited to see how both teams kind of work around that setup.
And this is a champion for Knight that he made his name famous on at that mid-season cup in 2020, where top esports were able to beat their Korean counterparts and push it across the line to take home that title with some phenomenal outplays on this LeBlanc. Now we'll have to see if he can do the same against Rookie. Knight was very much invisible in that last game, and now we'll have to see if Rookie can show him how it's done by taking that Sylas away.
Well, here we are, one game away from B5 potentially ending that slump and really coming back with all abandoned here against Top Esports. And Top Esports, they were a series away from locking in first seed in the LPL summer, and now you're just hoping to get to game 3. B5 versus Top Esports. Rookie versus Knight, and everything in between. This is why we're here. This is the competition that we live for, and I am all but ready to find out who takes this second game.
B5 setting up for Knight to come in here, though. Will not let him get that ward down. Really nice early decision making from V5 here. Reading exactly what every LeBlanc on the planet tries to do and being in position for it. So I don't think he didn't get a ward down. So no information going across to Top Esports. And as you say, Mazel, Top Esports are trying to lock in first place with this win. Bring us back to summer 2020, where they took first place in regular split, they took first place in playoffs, but a very much forgotten information from that time was that in the regular split, Top Esports lost 2-1 to V5. If we are going back to 2020, Rookie still has the opportunity to take down Knight. V5 have the opportunity to take down Top Esports one more time. And Top Esports must also overcome history, statistics, matchups, mental warfare that Knight, the mental block that Knight seems to have against his counterpart in the mid lane here to push us to that game 3 and take this series.
And there's nothing else I would want to see Knight on, I feel like, in this moment, right? The high mechanical skill ceiling of this player matched with the high skill ceiling of the LeBlanc and finding your into these fights. It's going to be difficult. That's not saying it's going to be easy. You're going against a very tough peel style composition if they get in the retreat stance, I guess, for V5. So it's going to be a lot of little things that matter the most for Knight if he's trying to find that success.
It's kind of a tale of two parts here for Top Esports, right? As you say, for Knight, he wants to be threatening ppgod and Photic on the backline. Make sure they're not able to set up properly to continuously support this front line from V5. Whereas when you look at the rest of Top Esports, they are all on protect the JackeyLove. And that's why already you can see Tian is playing down towards this bottom side, pathing down here to make sure that there's no funny business that can come through in these early stages and make sure that JackeyLove can stay safe. Now, he will take a ton of harass in this matchup. One of the things that is a pain with ppgod and Photic on the Seraphine and the Senna is not only the fact that they're great in team fights, you have a ton of range, a ton of poke, and against a Sivir that is quite short ranged, it is going to be an issue.
So then we obviously have to look at the next big influencer in this matchup. And what we saw be a big influence in game number 1, it was the matchup in jungle, right? It was the Tian early aggression, the proactivity that ended up not being the best situations for Top Esports being, because XLB was still finding advantages when he was roaming around the map. So where do you see kind of that ebb and flow between these two junglers in this one, especially with the matchup, the Wukong versus the Trundle?
I feel like a lot of this is going to be a case of trying to play for Rift Tower in the early stages for Xiaolongbao up topside as Tian making his way in bot, but as you can see, speed ups from ppgod keep V5 completely safe, also with the wave pushing in, but should mean that JackeyLove is okay. Xiaolongbao immediately runs up towards this top side as Wayward's wave is pushing out.
He actually won't be spotted out on any wards because there aren't any, but Wayward, he's in some trouble here. Xiaolongbao is just trying to get the flash out of the big old Gragas. Won't do so this time around, but it's been attempted ganks from both junglers already, and that's some of that proactivity.
Yeah, the Infernal Chains wasn't there for Rich, so wasn't able to kind of lock up this Gragas a bit further and guarantee that. But it will give some presence towards Rich, who can crash his wave. Now look for a reset as well. And we'll have to see now, as heavy trading in this bot side. ppgod and Photic both going a bit wide.
Yeah, JackeyLove playing with some serious confidence down there. Mark right at his side, and it's working out really well. The ricochets especially putting in a lot of work for JackeyLove, and they will continue to push this as the back comes through for ppgod. He does have the TP, so the pressure won't be that
Wait a second.
long. Oh, nice little body slam to get out of that one.
Yeah, wasn't sure if Rich would connect with the follow-up, but won't be able to. As you say, though, TP for ppgod could be used to get back to bot, but they're actually just going to use that as Photic to farm up and just get some gold underneath the spell. Because, again, like, you can still collect some of this CS as a Senna, even if you are fasting, and it just means he'll be able to pick up the double longsword on the reset, get some boots as well, which is going to make this harass even more difficult for JackeyLove to deal with, because you can use that move speed to continuously pace yourself on the auto attacks. But overall, I think I want to go back to your conversation here of Xiaolong Bao, because I think Xiaolong Bao had a fantastic game one. Like, honestly, probably the best game I've seen from Xiaolong Bao all split long. Like, matching Tian really well, being in the right place at the right time, but it almost felt like, again, he was playing to what he wanted to do, what he was reading on the map. My biggest criticism of Xiaolong Bao has been that he's constantly listening to people like Rookie, who's in trouble.
Yeah, he goes in on the abduct there in the back end. He's in some serious trouble now. The Kingslayer ain't going to save him today. Tian almost dies to the tower, but that'll be first blood for Knight in the mid lane.
Nice job there, just to catch Rookie as he went aggressive. Knight kind of baiting that one out, Tian being in the perfect spot. And we said top esports love to play through this mid jungle. They need to double down on that coming into game 2. And this will unlock Knight to try and play for JackeyLove and Mark on this bottom side. And already, look at where he's moving. He sees Xiaolong Bao. He wants to shut that down.
He does. They have the orb that comes across, though, so at least SLB will know that Knight's on his way down here. He's just moving back, though. The mind games of this man, Dagda. The mind games.
No level 6, though, and ppgod relatively low. You don't have a lot of damage on this bottom side. So it looks like at the moment, just trying to see if he can steal away camps, make sure that he's able to keep some presence on the bottom lane so Photic and ppgod can continue to push in this wave, get that turret play for themselves. But you still have to be very careful because Trundle is on the way down. Xiaolong Bao, respecting that, will back away.
Do you think we see any increase in jungle, at least priority on the dragons? I know we got a lot of focus on the Rift Heralds, but do you think we, especially for top esports falling down so heavily in terms of those neutral objectives, do you feel like they pick it up at least to try to make up for that?
It's really difficult to do so just because, like, you technically have 2 ranged champions on top esports side, but one of them doesn't really auto attack. So it's kind of like a 2v1 lane here in the bottom side when it comes to that push power. So for top esports, trying to lean into those dragons is going to be super hard. The only way I can really see it happening is, like, if they try and unlock Knight again, like gank Rookie now that he's flashless, Knight gets a chain, you kill Rookie, then you turn in towards Dragon. But with the Rift Herald about to spawn in just 8 minutes time, this now becomes really hard for top esports to try and play this Rift Herald objective because, oh, I was going to say TP on ppgod, but he actually used it to get back bot lane. But he may actually be able to just continuously shove in this tower and roam up now that they have that push to the Rift Herald.
Look at Tian. He's going for the aggression here on Xiaolong Bao. He's trying to take away the Croak, just knowing that he wants to keep the body, the mark onto XLB. Rich was first to roam, though, so Tian has to back away after that one. But we'll still love to see, like, Tian trying to get in the face of XLB because we got to see in that bottom lane, XLB is perfectly fine, you know, spending a lot of time to make sure the setup is correct, especially around that bottom lane. But in the end, it's Tian trying to make that aggression work for them and maybe even set up for the Rift Herald.
Yeah, see, Tian knows that with the pathing Xiaolong Bao went, he's not going to hit 6. You can see Xiaolong Bao is still level 5. So that's why he's trying to play aggressive, but nice. Fancy feed here. Really good damage onto both Rookie and ppgod.
Yeah, but it's turning right back. Oh, the Augor blast out of from Knight. He'll take a tower shot to ppgod.
So Knight will have to flash, but I mean, he's still going to be able to get healed up by Mark. ppgod not having that ultimate is going to be pretty big. Photic, though, still has his. Mark would love to hit that 6.
Hit the chains on the ppgod there. The lockdown as well. Do they get him? Flash over the wall. The ricochet is not enough. Photic actually putting in some nice damage on the back end of it. Top esports now in the mid lane with Tian and Wayward. They'll turn back to this Rift Herald potentially.
I love how top esports are playing this, though. Nice, not overcommitting, just constantly harassing and poking. JackeyLove nearly able to get ppgod, but that's 2 big ultimates burnt already, 5v5. Whereas you still got so much available for top esports. Rich, though, having control over top side and moving down means that he's actually in a position to try and help out with this Rift Herald. So despite how well top esports tried to play that, it still will be the Rift Herald going over to V5.
And it's also a flash down for Wayward as well. We saw in that picture-in-picture, he got it burned as his mispositioning, at least in the top side of the map. So see if they revisit that. Obviously, Flash Body Slam being a big piece to the Gragas puzzle, at least. But V5 take the Rift Herald here, and that'll be continued aggression, at least towards the top side. Now it's about where do they use this Rift Herald, Dagda?
I definitely want to see the solo lanes used. Again, like, you are running a double support, essentially, bot lane. So getting these frontliners ahead is actually the core of this team. So I'd love to see Rookie getting that, especially just because, I mean, the faster you can get Rookie to a point where he's, you know, 2 items, got the Zhonya's, maybe he actually wants to go for a second item Banshees just against the LeBlanc, but having him in a spot where he's more comfortable is going to be probably your core leading win condition. So you can even use that to teeter over in towards things like the Dragon as well. The only argument I'd have maybe for V5 using a bot is just, hey, we've already got 3 turret plates only available on the spot side with this wave pushing in, so just go for it.
We'll see if Tian wants to go for it here. Will actually back out at the last second there. Nice warding from Photic, and this is Dragon started up by V5.
Yeah, just nice done. Pushing bot, pushing mid. Can't contest this as top esports. No blast cone for Tian to try and get over the wall as well. So just V5 using the pushing power they have on bot and getting a nice timing window there with Rookie. Just, again, V5 playing the map better than top esports have been in this series.
And that means I have to get a check in here, because I personally was thinking we were going to get that aggression from top esports, but it's really been dissuaded by V5. And I'm looking at the V5 comp, right? I'm looking at that Senna Seraphine bottom lane, and it gets terrifying. I think there's still some very good scaling options on top esports as well, but it still is, you're not getting this early advantage for the mid-jungle duo that I would like to see for top esports.
It's also just the fact your composition's so short range for top esports that one mistake
they're going in. XLB's here first, though. That is not going to be enough for the final chapter, but JackeyLove flashes for it. Donning Shadow will pick up the kill for Photic. Here comes Tian. He's trying to separate against Mark. Mark doesn't survive, and that's 2 kills to V5 now. They've got the support, but XLB goes down. Rookie is now here, and he's trying to get the kills himself. Knight and Tian make it out by the skin of their teeth.
Just not quite able to get the healing that you wanted there from Photic. Rookie TPing down, so 2 for 2, all said and done. But it is going to be JackeyLove falling slightly further behind, losing out on this wave. Nice. Gets the chains onto Rookie. Can't do much more.
There isn't much left to be said. He wants to get that last turret plate there. He does get it. The aggression not answered to either. Knight will start his back, but the pressure is not stopping. They're continuing to push his lane. It might just look for the 2 plates at least. You have TP from Knight if he wants to come back and respond, but JackeyLove is right here ready to go to try and stop this push.
Yeah, I think Rookie just going to reset. No, though, as I say that. So they will realize that he's still in the bush, but they won't know whether Rookie is backed or not. Photic probably giving the game up there, so JackeyLove will just stay back. Shelongbao with no Cyclone to speak of.
That's Rift Herald.
So yeah, they're just going to try and crack this one open. Seraphine, ppgod move to the mid lane to push against Knight to make sure that there's not losing anything here.
They're just trying to get this Rift Herald into the tower. The charge will come through. JackeyLove still pressing up. That shot look now getting very low from those ricochets. They don't really have much more to speak of, and JackeyLove, Mark will just clear out the wave after a very unfortunate series of events for them. But we'll look at the start of this crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I thought ppgod was actually going to get out of here for a second, but just not quite able to. JackeyLove able to finish him off on the back of this. Mark gets knocked up here, so he can't safely escape to Tian. And Shelongbao just about able to finish him off. And then Shelongbao tries to stick around here, but one of the things about Wukong is, in these early stages, very susceptible to magic damage, so Knight's Burst takes him out of the equation. Top esports, though, after seeing Shelongbao reset, trying to invade on this bottom side, and Rookie's very low.
Very low. He's got the subjugation. He's going to pop it onto Tian. He has the Kingslayer if he wants to get some healing. Knight has to back away as well. But V5, they want to chase. And they're actually using a lot of the speed up. Rich is over the wall. They're flashing forward for this one. The Cyclone, Tian is down. And V5, JackeyLove left out on his own. And Mark, you're not attached to anybody. And that's a sad, sad kitty. V5, they represent.
Top esports may want to own the top spot, but V5 own the map right now. Every time top esports try to make a play, V5 know they have the advantage. Wayward, no TP. Rich says, I want a piece of that. Immediately TPs down to the bottom side, and they turn that play around.
What do you say as Knight? I don't even know. I'm
sorry.
Bad.
Say sorry.
I just don't even know. Like, you're finding your picks, you're getting your comfort, you're trying your darndest, but every time you look, Rookie's face just gives you a jump scare. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, Wayward, it looks like not just checking the bush, could have interrupted that back, but with that flash over the wall, as you said, gets the distance that he needed. The Cyclone's second proc was there to continue the knockup, and because Top Esports are trying to save the play, it all goes disastrously. But fantastic lockup there, by the way, from Photic, like spreading his focus there to make sure he gets the CC and the kill. You're looking at 2 kills now for Photic in the supportive AD carry role. You've got kills for Xiaolongbao as well. Again, more kills going to Rich in that top side. This front line of V5 is getting pretty damn scary, and we've got the next Rift Tower now about to spawn in 20 seconds. A V5 in the position already.
Yeah, I was gonna, after all of this, if we didn't get everything that just happened, I was gonna, I want to check in on the island for Rich and Wayward, see how their vacation is going. But Rich was like, I'm taking a first-class ticket to the bottom lane, and we're going to fight. And Wayward's like, wait, where's my ticket? I thought I bought one too. But in the end, it's V5 coming out holistically on top. We'll see if they get caught in some of that aggression, though, as Knight just continuously poking and prodding at the defenses of Victory 5.
I honestly think for Top Esports, they're kind of counting their lucky stars that it won't be an Ocean Soul, but Dragon is up and available.
Not a damn it. Oh, that is not the bush you want to walk into, Tian. And he's just dead outright. Rookie gets the kill.
I was about to say if Top Esports wanted to trade Dragon for Rift Isle, but it's bloody Top Esports, and they found Photic.
Knight is just trying to force the hand here of Photic. He's trying to get a kill in here to even things up, but he just can't.
Rookie hiding in the bush, waiting to see how aggressive Knight was willing to go, but Rift Herald now goes to V5. And again, you can still contest the Dragon if you want to as V5, just because you've still got push, and Tian only on his way out of base, so you can still get the resets and be in position for Dragon. Rich and ppgod are going to make sure they stick around to try and clear out this wave, though.
Yeah, at least get a little bit of defense going for themselves in that aspect. I think it's important to see. But it is Dragon for Top Esports, so the first objective for themselves. They haven't gotten the Rift Herald, they haven't gotten any of the Dragons so far, but they'll get the Ocean Dragon, so at least a little mark on the board.
The V5 instead going to trade Dragon for this top tier one. Xiaolongbao won't need to put down the Rift Herald, which means now you've got Rookie who can push in top, Rich who can push in bot because he has the advantage over Wayward, and then immediately collapse mid with the Rift Herald for themselves. Knight will respond in kind with that tower on the bot side, but it still gives an advantage to V5. It's actually screw mid lane apparently. V5 just want the tier 2.
We saw this last game. They are so quick to pull the trigger and to make lasting damage. Speaking of lasting damage, Wayward, he has to flash. That's another huge cooldown from the Gragas. Knight is just going in. He loses half of his health bar. The Dawning Shadow will pop the clone as well, and Wayward, oh no. Okay, Photic not going to have the damage just yet, but V5, they find the tier 2 tower. They find everything they want on this top side.
Yeah, ppgod is pushing mid as well, so we'll get some chip damage onto this mid turret, but V5 not going to be in a position to fully help him.
He's trying to get out of there. He's like, XLP, go the other way. Go the other way. The rest of the team, actually, Photic coming here, but ppgod's already down. The Encore doesn't even come out. They're TPing in, though. TES, this could be a moment for them to strike true, but Rich is now here to defend, and Top Esports just want to push.
Everything has been blown by both these teams for tiny skirmishes because they know how crucial every bit of gold is going to be in this matchup. Rookie now with the subjugate will need to be careful as Tian moves in.
Tian forcing under the tower, not going in, half health, Photic. He almost goes down. Tian is not down yet, though. He gets the healing from Mark, and the aggression, the siege continues for Top Esports.
Yeah, big wave on top side will need to be collected by Top Esports. Wave pushing in bot as well means that Top Esports will back away. But these fights, Mazel, are getting so incredibly close. And Rookie, he was spotted on the ward, so JackeyLove knows he's there. They're trying to collapse with Knight. They want to circle him out.
Yeah, our XLP's right here, though, on the other side. You also have Mark, or at least ppgod coming in to try and stop a little bit of this, as the Seraphine is like to do. Not going to be contesting over that red buff, though, as V5 realize they don't want to overextend at a moment like this.
Will actually just take their leeway and move away from that. I still think, though, looking at Top Esports, some changes need to come through. Definitely need to start prioritizing some of these grievous wounds. The only person who has at the moment is Knight, and that's not going to be good enough right now. So we'll have to see if they start to pick that one up. But here, ppgod very much overextends. I don't know if he expected V5 to like rotate across the mid lane, because I think that could have been a potential play. But after that, like Xiaolongbao then committing as well to try and save him, it all just goes pear-shaped, and V5 have to commit Rookie's TP as well. So a lot of those advantages they'd picked up on that topside play, like TP advantage mid, you know, some of these summoner spells, now all being blown. So V5 will have to see how they will do with this next dragon in 2 minutes time.
I still just zooming out of this series and looking out like the 13 series win streak for top esports, the slump, right? V5 has lost series in recent memory to Weibo Gaming, to JDG, to OMG. Yes, they were coming up with victories in terms of VLG and Ultra Prime, but to see this difference, to see them taking it to top esports, it's an incredible sight to behold. And again, you just got to start thinking about the curse that Rookie has overnight, but maybe that curse is going to transfer to Rich, because he could be caught out here. That cask will get him right under tower, though.
Just about eking him into safety. You can see Rookie was not there, and again, no TP because he used it to try and save ppgod. So this is why top esports are trying so desperately to just poke and prod V5, see if they can create this advantage for themselves. But good wave clear from Photic and ppgod. Rich being there to support it means they will all just back away as V5's mid laner pushes in the bot lane.
I got to shout out Knight, though. As we were seeing earlier on to Photic, we stated, right, that is his job. If you can blow up Photic, ppgod, that is a huge into these team fights for him. And he's getting there, right? He's like two items in, going to be working on his third, but it's about staying ahead of the game in that aspect, being able to have the damage profile to take down Photic and ppgod in that one fell swoop. But it's getting scarier and scarier.
It's going to be harder and harder as well, especially when we look like Dragon in 30 seconds, right? No position on mid lane for either squad at the moment as they're looking to reset. But, I mean, the Seraphine going to be doing a ton of healing, a ton of shielding. Photic as well has that heal as well to keep himself safe. Might be working towards the Eclipse, but also an Edge of Night could be in the near future for Photic as well. So suddenly it starts to become less and less easy for Knight to find these big picks. But at the moment, the chip damage still reigns on this mid lane turret with Dragon in 7 seconds. Reset from Rich. The TP will be coming to try and make these plays happen for V5.
Yeah, they're gonna move in here with having cleared out that mid lane push. They will have some priority from mid lane, and Spirit Visage has been completed for Rich. We got a decent amount of power spike here for V5. Knight on the side tries to take down XLB. He doesn't do so. Rookie is in the pit, but he can't get in there just yet. Tian is the only one on the dragon right now, and V5 are trying to move in to make sure. Oh my God, JackeyLove! He gets the one, the final chapter, the cask. It is looking like a top esports fight, but Tian is a little bit separated. The healing, the dawning shadow. Is Rich gonna have enough here? But it's the front to back from top esports that's working out in their favor. The flash from Wayward, he's down. ppgod, he's able to find the difference maker, and Rich, he's looking for JackeyLove. The nice little pillar from Tian separates the fight, and we just get blood, but not that many kills.
The sustain is real for V5. They're constantly getting these health bars topped up. No, he goes!
Rookie!
He gets Rookie! He needs to keep this up, though. Xiaolongbao is not here. Tian is trying to heal off the chickens, but V5 have found him. They will back away. Knight has dissuaded the play onto the dragon.
Man, the knight in shining armor here. He's got his sword wielded, and he is trying. He is finding the little moments to capitalize, and finally takes down Rookie in that big moment, forcing V5 off the objective. But you know their eyes are going to turn right back to it. They are here in full force. They're waiting out Rookie about 10 seconds, but they're trying to position and catch out TES.
The big thing is, though, that these major ultimates for ppgod and Photic are a little bit slower at coming up. ppgod was just about to crest over with the cooldown. Photic will not have the Dawning Shadow. That is such a large part of V5's composition. Rookie, though, and everyone else will have their ultimates. Same when you look across the top esports, except for Mark.
Oh, Knight going across. Tries to get the damage down. This root does come through. He doesn't have that damage to take down ppgod in one fell swoop. V5 now having Rookie, now having some of those ultimates available. The Cyclone for XLP, the setup is so crucial. They try to go in for Knight. Knight is so expertly diving into these fights, and now he's got the flank here, Dagda. It's going to be very tricky. Subjugate taken by Rookie, and it's top esports moving into the contest of V5 over this dragon. It's not even that important of a dragon, and V5 want to go for the fight. They've already gotten Wayward, and Knight is nowhere to be found. Maybe on the back end, the Encore goes wide. Knight still just edging on the fight, but he can't necessarily get in. He's been able to get the poke in. He tries to take down XLP, but he can't do it, and that's dragon for V5.
V5 needed to find that play immediately. They were running out of mana on Photic and ppgod. The poke from top esports was becoming a major issue, but they find it onto Wayward. They get the turn, and they will get Dragon as well. But that is the most tense Cloud Dragon I have seen all split long, Mazel.
You would think that's an Elder Dragon. That was second dragon of the game for V5.
Absolutely insane. But watch here. Knight, again, tries to get onto Shelog, but just can't quite finish him off. But the healing is always coming through from ppgod. Oh, this is the first one, actually. We're going right the way back to the first part of this fight. I thought we were on the second one, but yeah, that was just a nice cue through the fight for the kill on towards Shelong Bao. But again, like, the sustain is insane, right? Like, ppgod continuously keeping people like Rich super healthy, giving the shielding to get the sustain. Rich then obviously having a bunch of his own sustain with the Gore Drinker and the way he's able to interact as well. As we come back to live, Photic is gone. And Baron is on the cards. I mean, top esports, maybe they're just looking for that mid lane, but having that AD carry down is huge for top esports.
It is, and all off the back of Knight sitting at 4-0-1. The redemption from game number 1, where we said he was invisible. Well, you can't say he's invisible now, Dagda, as he is the cornerstone in damage and trying to pick apart these fights for top esports.
Yeah, blinking in and out of existence and making Photic blink in and out of existence is Knight. And this again is the champion that he made his name on at the mid-season cup in 2020. And now trying to bring this game back as well for top esports. Only a 2,000 gold lead. Knight on the side. Rich.
He's a little bit tanky though, and Knight needs to be careful. Tian is the benefactor though, as he sets it up and knocks it down. Rich is already gone. XLB with the Cyclone, nicely done. Encore, and V5, they turn it around on the drop of a hat.
How does that even happen? JackeyLove gets caught, and V5, just like that, are feeling themselves. Tian dead, JackeyLove dead. Now V5 are feeling like they can move on. Knight and Mark, though, have a lot of poke, a lot of healing, and I don't know if V5 necessarily want to be on the brunt end of that, but they are moving over towards the Baron. This could be it. Like, a Knight and Wayward need to make a hero play.
This is the scariest thing. We're going to get a picture of that initial fight, and we'll talk about this Baron as it goes down, because Knight is going to be there. Wayward as well for the poke, and there's a lot of AP poke coming through. Rookie immediately goes in. Knight tries to go in the pit. It's a split focus, but Wayward is down already, and Rich can play bodyguard here. He goes over the wall, going away from Knight, actually. And Baron down for V5. Knight on the wrong side of town, on the wrong side of the tracks. But he jukes them perfectly. And even if they lose the Baron, I think you could say positive that Knight got out. But the scariest part is that V5 last game, if you remember, they took one advantage, they snowballed it, and took out top esports. They can do so again at the drop of a hat like we saw in this fight.
And here, I mean, Knight gets a good amount of damage on towards Rich. The cast is beautiful from Wayward, but the follow-up with the Dawning Shadow, then ppgod, fantastic ult, the lockdown for initially from his E as well, means that JackeyLove just gets caught in place. Beautiful stuff from ppgod on the Seraphine. You even see the Banshee's Veil now on ppgod. Going to make it incredibly hard for Knight to pick him off. No Edge of Night for Photic means he's still a target.
They're just snowballing it. They're doing it again, Dagda. I don't know what to say for top esports. They've just disappeared off the map, and V5 are taking presence.
Baron in pushing mid. Rookie in boss. Top esports are crumbling. V5 are picking them off.
No way! XLB goes down as a trade back. Rich is in some trouble here. JackeyLove has a serious damage, and Knight is following it up. They get Rich on the backside. It's 2 down for V5, but now JackeyLove is trying to make a miracle happen. Knight on the side. JackeyLove is down! And Photic and the rest of V5 will move mid! This is a giant move!
Knight needs to hold. Knight needs to be the hero here as V5 do not look like they want to stop. The inhibitor will fall. 30 seconds until Dragon, but 10 until Tian.
No way.
Can top esports hold?
No way. The towers are falling like paper being torn to shreds. V5 do just get the one. They realize they need to back out of this one. Even if Knight takes about half his chunk in damage, it's just the one tower and the mid inhib that they come away with.
They should be able to back up towards this Cloud Dragon as well. These Cloud Dragons are actually going to be very, very good for the side of V5. That slow resistance is going to be beautiful against things like Tian
They don't care, Dagda. They're trying to do exactly what they did
Wayward's
last game.
gone!
They're just ending it here. Final chapter across the board. ppgod will flash. XLB is right here on the corner with Rich on his way. They get one big engage. This is just game for Top Esports, and they do not want to let that happen. It is on a knife's edge.
V5 don't want to toss it, though. When they're teetering on the edge of victory, when they're teetering on that knife's edge, they will take the low-hanging fruit. They will go back towards the dragon. The Baron will fall off in 7 seconds, but it is a 4,500 gold increase for them, and so much of it is off these plays here on your screen. Xiaolong Bao goes in, will fall for his troubles, and JackeyLove is trying his heart out here to carry this with the speed up from the ultimate, getting on towards Rich, but with too many members of V5 collapsing onto mid lane, he just doesn't have the support that he needs, and Rookie will not let him escape from this one.
The double Everfrost as Mark comes out at the last second. Oh, it's incredible to watch. We're seeing the setup in bottom lane, though. JackeyLove is all by himself. Knight actually having Mark on his toe. He'll be trying to get something in here to try to take out Photic or even ppgod, but at this point, it's so difficult. We'll see the setup. V5 moving around the horn here, and Rich goes over the wall. They are just trying to get these picks, and they're doing exactly what we saw last game. They forced bottom lane so heavily last game and ended up winning because of it, and here they are yet again.
And they've been able to force Top Esports away from this bot tower, so should get some decent damage on towards this. Wave in mid, not quite there, but the tower will fall. Top Esports are crumbling. They don't have a base.
Shadow, Rookie goes in, and that's it. That's gotta be it. V5 find the fight against Top Esports. You might have a 13-win streak. You might be the most dominant team right now in the LPL, but Knight will always fall to Rookie, and everything stays the same. They will wait on the minions, but it is a tried and true victory for Victory 5. It is a holistic effort, but you have to look at Rookie in the mid lane, constantly dominating the golden left hand of Knight, and V5 upset history.
Questions were posed to V5 saying, what can you do? Your slump from spring playoffs has come early, my friends. You are out of contention. You do not deserve to be in the top 4. Well, today they answered back. Proudly, they stand above Top Esports, and proudly, they will take the 2-0 win.
Man, the fact that everything came down to unrelenting aggression against the likes of Top Esports. Xiaolong Bao against a world champion in Tian, against multiple incredible legendary players of the LPL. And we see V5 not only come around XLB playing to the lanes, Rookie finding the most incredible upsides against Knight. It just feels like a different team, Dagda. That slump, the few losses we've seen V5 take, it's non-existent in this particular series against Top Esports.
We had our dartboard at the start of the day where he said you take a look at every single matchup and every one of them is going to be a banger. Every one of them is going to matter, and every one of them V5 came out on top on. Rich dominated Wayward. Xiaolong Bao controlled the map against Tian. You had Photic and ppgod stepping up in the Lucian Nami against JackeyLove and Mark. And then again coming in with this Seraphine and Senna. And in that mid lane, Rookie proves once more that Knight can hold the stats. Knight may hold top KDA. Knight may hold highest CSD at 15. But that does not matter against the behemoth that is Rookie in that mid lane.
He will improve to 24-9 overnight all time, and if at this point, I'm just wondering if Knight has nightmares over Rookie, because it just seems like no matter what, this guy Rookie is always on it. Even when you're seeing, like, I love that you pointed out the fact that, like, JackeyLove trying so desperately hard, Knight trying so desperately hard to pull that game back from the brink. But in all actuality, the cohesion, the team comp, the execution from Rookie and the rest of his teammates, it was too difficult.
And this is exactly what so many people were hoping to see from Victory 5. This is the Victory 5 that we got at the start of the split. And people are like, best team in the world. They're going to win Worlds. They're going to go on and do the LPL proud. But having that slump come in where, yes, they end up like losing series to OMG, to JDG, but having really tough series against like the likes of Ultra Prime, barely winning out in their last series, struggling against BLG. This was exactly what V5 needed to find that confidence once more. And it feels like now, can we see that slump is over? Because we saw